Imagine this. You're 67 years old. You spent the evening feeling proud of your healthy dinner, grilled salmon, a light salad, and a big serving of your favorite vegetable. You go to bed smiling, believing you've done everything right for your heart and brain, but before sunrise, something's wrong. Your speech is slurred. Your right hand tingles. You try to sit up, but your arm won't respond. You think, this can't be happening. I eat healthy. What if I told you that one of those healthy vegetables you ate last night may have quietly triggered a chain reaction inside your bloodstream, raising your stroke risk literally overnight? Doctors used to think this kind of thing only happened after years of poor diet or smoking, but new research says otherwise, and the results have left even medical professionals shocked. Stay with me, because the vegetable I'm about to reveal is sitting in almost every refrigerator in America, and if you're over 60, it can be silently working against your brain and circulation while you sleep. Now, if you're under 50, this message isn't really for you. But if you're 60, 65, 70, or beyond, if you've started noticing little changes like occasional dizziness, forgetfulness, or sudden fatigue, then listen very carefully, because your body is not the same as it was in your 40s. Your blood vessels are narrower, your kidneys filter slower, your brain cells need more oxygen, yet your circulation delivers less of it. And the foods that used to heal you can now quietly hurt you, simply because your metabolism and medication interactions have changed. That's what makes this discovery so alarming and so important for older adults to understand. A 2024 study out of the University of Michigan shocked cardiologists. Researchers tracked over 12,000 seniors for 8 years and found that certain vegetables, yes, vegetables, were linked with an increased incidence of mini strokes, known as TIAs, transient ischemic attacks, that occurred overnight while participants were asleep. The culprit? A combination of oxalates, nitrates, and vitamin K imbalances that interact with aging kidneys and common heart medications. In plain English, these compounds can quietly thicken your blood or constrict your vessels at the wrong time, often when your body is dehydrated and resting. And the most shocking finding was this. One of the top offenders is a vegetable that for decades has been called heart healthy. Let's start with that one. Vegetable stem 1, spinach, the silent stroke trigger. For most of your life, spinach was the symbol of health. Iron, magnesium, antioxidants, all the good stuff. But after 60, spinach can shift from friend to foe. Here's why. Spinach is packed with oxalates, natural compounds that bind with calcium. In a young body, the kidneys easily flush them out. In an older body, slower filtration allows those oxalate crystals to combine with calcium supplements or vitamin D tablets many seniors take daily. Those tiny crystals can circulate through the bloodstream like microscopic sand. Over time, they irritate vessel walls, causing inflammation, a perfect setup for clot formation. Now imagine that happening at night, when your hydration is lowest and blood flow is slower. One small clot lodging in a brain artery can trigger a stroke before dawn. Wow factor. Doctors now warn that the very vegetable once recommended for strength can quietly rob oxygen from your brain overnight. But don't panic. Spinach isn't the enemy. Timing is. Eat spinach earlier, breakfast or lunch. Avoid pairing it with calcium or vitamin D pills. Steam it lightly. Cooking breaks down some oxalates. Respect this rule, and spinach protects you. Ignore it, and it could silently raise your stroke risk. Marjorie S., a 71-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, lived by her green smoothie every night ritual. Spinach, banana, almond milk, her favorite bedtime snack. One morning, she woke up dizzy and confused. Her husband thought she was dehydrated. By lunchtime, doctors confirmed a mild TIA. Her MRI showed tiny calcium oxalate deposits near a small cerebral artery. When she told the neurologist about her nightly smoothies, he simply sighed and said, "Spinach is great, just not right before bed, and not mixed with calcium-fortified milk." Marjorie still drinks her smoothies, but now in the morning, after breakfast, she says, "I wish someone had told me sooner that even healthy foods can turn risky after 60. That single story has since inspired thousands of seniors online to rethink their healthy habits. Vegetable 2, broccoli. When balance becomes dangerous. For decades, broccoli was the gold standard for heart health. But few realize it's also loaded with vitamin K, the very nutrient that helps blood clot. That's good when you're 30, but when you're 70 and taking blood thinners, warfarin, Plavix, Eliquis, or even a daily aspirin, too much vitamin K can throw your medication balance into chaos. 1 week of heavy broccoli meals can thicken your blood. The next week, skipping it can make it too thin. That inconsistency is deadly. Researchers from the American Heart Association found that seniors with fluctuating vitamin K intake were 40% more likely to experience mini strokes within 6 months than those with consistent diets. The fix? Keep it steady. If you eat broccoli, eat it regularly, but moderately. Avoid binge weeks and zero broccoli weeks. Tell your doctor you eat it often. They can adjust your medication safely. Broccoli still protects your arteries, but after 60, balance is everything. Vegetables 3, tomatoes, the nightshade surprise. Tomatoes are America's favorite vegetable, or technically fruit, but after 60, they can behave unpredictably. Here's the kicker. Tomatoes contain histamines and tyramines, natural chemicals that can dilate or constrict blood vessels suddenly. Combine that with aging arteries, and the result can feel like a stroke. dizziness, numbness, blurred vision. Worse, tomatoes are acidic. Too many, especially at dinner, can deplete magnesium and calcium, minerals crucial for stable heart rhythm. One 2023 European study found that seniors eating tomato-rich dinners had more nighttime blood pressure swings than those who ate the same amount earlier in the day. That's why doctors now advise seniors, cook tomatoes, it reduces solanine and boosts lycopene. Eat them before 6 p.m. Pair with magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds. The surprise? It's not the tomato itself, it's your timing that turns it risky. Vegetalivore romaine lettuce, the dehydration trap. Salad for dinner keeps me light, says almost every health-conscious senior. But romaine lettuce, though light, is also a natural diuretic. It makes your body release water. In your 20s, that's fine. After 60, it can leave your blood thicker while you sleep. Thicker blood means slower flow, and slower flow means clots form more easily. If you're taking blood pressure pills or diuretics already, that combination is even riskier. To stay safe, have your salad at lunch. If you crave it at night, drink 6-8 ounces of water before bed. Hydration is your real protection. Vegetable 5 corn, comfort food or clot creator. Corn feels harmless, even nostalgic. Sweet corn, grits, corn soup. But nutritionally, corn acts more like a starch than a vegetable. After 60, your insulin response slows. That means corn's natural sugars hit your bloodstream fast, raising glucose levels like white bread. Blood sugar spikes, inflammation, thicker blood, higher clot risk. Eat it occasionally, yes, but not daily and not late at night. Pair corn with protein, eggs, avocado, or beans to blunt the sugar rush. Now, here's where it gets scary. Because the most dangerous vegetable of all isn't spinach or broccoli or tomatoes. It's one that's quietly sitting in your fridge right now, and it's likely part of your weekly grocery list. It's mild, versatile, and praised by dietitians, but new research says it can constrict arteries overnight, even faster than sodium. Let's talk about that next. Vegetable 6, celery, the hidden salt shock. Celery sounds innocent, crunchy, low calorie, perfect for dieters, but celery is naturally high in sodium nitrates, and if you're on blood pressure medication, that's a problem. Excess sodium draws water out of your blood cells, thickening plasma viscosity. When this happens overnight, especially in dehydrated seniors, it increases stroke likelihood by up to 27%, according to Harvard's 2022 Gerontology Review. One retiree in Florida, John M., age 73, said, "I thought celery sticks at night were the safest snack. Then my doctor told me my blood pressure was spiking at 2 a.m. The fix? Eat celery with water-dense foods, cucumber, melon. Avoid it within 3 hours of bedtime, and if you take diuretics, limit it to 2 stalks per day." Celery still supports digestion, but after 60, it's not a midnight snack anymore. Let that sink in for a second. For decades, we were told to eat your vegetables, but no one said that after 60, your body rewrites the rules. The same spinach that built your muscles at 30 can clog your arteries at 70. The same salad that kept you slim can dehydrate you overnight. The same tomato soup that warmed your soul can now raise your blood pressure while you sleep. It's not your fault. No one warned you that the human body changes how it handles healthy foods with age, but now that you know, you have power, because awareness isn't fear, it's freedom. Onions are rich in quercetin, which naturally lowers blood pressure by dilating blood vessels. That's great, until it isn't. If you're already taking hypertension meds, too much quercetin can send your pressure too low, especially at night. Low BP means your brain gets less oxygen, you might wake dizzy or faint, symptoms eerily similar to a mini stroke. Cooked onions reduce that risk, heat destroys part of the compound. So, saute instead of eating raw, and enjoy them at lunch, not bedtime. Vegetable 8. Beets. The nitrate surge. Beets are heart healthy in moderation because they boost nitric oxide, widening arteries. But seniors on nitrate medications for chest pain or erectile dysfunction can experience dangerous overlaps. Too much nitric oxide, blood pressure crash, restricted brain flow. If you take nitroglycerin, Viagra, or isosorbide, skip beet juice altogether. Instead, get antioxidants from blueberries or red cabbage, same color, safer effect. If this information shocks you, you're not alone. Take 2 seconds right now to click like so more seniors can see this before it's too late. And tell me in the comments, how old are you, where are you watching from, and which vegetable surprised you the most so far. Your story could literally help another senior avoid a stroke tonight. Vegetable 9. Garlic, the double-edged sword. Garlic is nature's miracle, right? It lowers cholesterol and supports the immune system. But garlic is also a natural anticoagulant. It thins the blood. If you're taking warfarin, Eliquis, or even a daily aspirin, garlic can overthin your blood. Too thin means tiny vessels in your brain can leak, causing microbleeds that mimic early dementia or stroke symptoms. The solution: cooked garlic is safer. Avoid supplements unless your doctor approves. Watch for bruising or chronic fatigue. These can be early signs your blood is too thin. Garlic isn't evil, it's powerful. Use it with respect. Why all this happens after 60? Here's the biology behind the fear. Kidneys slow down, less filtration, more toxins and minerals lingering. Blood vessels stiffen. They don't expand or contract easily, making pressure swings more dangerous. Medications interact. Blood thinners, BP drugs, diuretics, they all modify how your body reacts to nutrients. Dehydration increases. Seniors often drink less, thicker blood, slower circulation. So even healthy vegetables can become dangerous under those conditions. That's why timing, balance, and hydration matter more after 60 than ever before. You've heard about spinach, broccoli, and tomatoes, but there's one last vegetable researchers say might be even more dangerous because almost every senior eats it daily, often thinking it protects their heart. In part 2 of this video, we'll reveal the vegetable that shocked cardiologists and the one small daily habit that can cut your stroke risk in half without giving up your favorite foods. But before we get there, let's summarize what you've learned so far so it sticks. Say it with me. It's not just what I eat, it's when and how I eat it. Dadnan, spinach, morning only, avoid calcium. Broccoli, consistency matters. Tomatoes, earlier in the day. Romaine, hydrate at night. Corn, occasional, not daily. Celery, limit before bed. Onions, cook them. Beets, avoid with nitrate meds. Garlic, cooked is safe. Vegetable 10, the hidden threat. Potatoes, yes, potatoes, America's comfort food. The vegetable we trust most can quietly sabotage circulation overnight. Here's how. Potatoes are loaded with simple starches that rapidly convert into glucose. For younger adults, the pancreas manages that sugar surge easily, but after 60, insulin sensitivity drops. Your blood sugar spikes higher and stays elevated longer. When blood sugar spikes, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, the same stress hormones triggered by fear. These chemicals tighten your arteries, increase blood pressure, and make your blood thicker. Then, as sugar levels crash hours later, circulation slows dramatically. That's why so many seniors wake up dizzy or weak after a light dinner of baked potatoes or mashed potatoes. It's not fatigue, it's blood sugar collapse and restricted oxygen flow to the brain. Even worse, when potatoes are fried or reheated, they produce acrylamides, chemical byproducts that stiffen arteries. Combine that with late-night dehydration, and you have the perfect storm for a stroke while you sleep. Harold B., a 68-year-old Vietnam veteran, loved his mashed potatoes. He and his wife ate them nearly every night, believing it was safe comfort food. But one morning, Harold couldn't grip his coffee mug. His right hand simply refused. The hospital called it a mini-stroke. His tests, normal cholesterol, normal blood pressure, clean arteries. The neurologist finally asked, "What's your dinner like?" When Harold mentioned potatoes, the doctor smiled knowingly. "You're not sick, Harold. You're spiking and crashing your blood sugar every night." Harold switched to cauliflower mash, drank more water, and stopped eating potatoes after 5 p.m. 3 months later, his morning dizziness was gone. His doctor said his circulation looked like that of a man 10 years younger. Science behind the shock. A 2023 clinical nutrition study from Johns Hopkins University found that seniors eating starchy vegetables, especially potatoes, after 6 p.m. had a 32% higher risk of stroke-like microclots during sleep. Why? Because starch digests fast, blood sugar spikes, and nighttime insulin crashes thicken the blood. Combined with common medications, beta blockers, statins, and diuretics, the effect intensifies. Researchers now recommend that seniors either eat starches earlier in the day or pair them with fiber and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. That slows digestion, keeps circulation stable, and protects brain oxygenation overnight. So if even potatoes, the world's most common vegetable, can turn dangerous, what can you safely eat after 60? That's the question doctors and dietitians are urgently re-examining right now, because the old food pyramid no longer applies to aging bodies. It's time for a new rulebook, one built on timing, hydration, and nutrient balance. Let's break down what that means for you. Rule Sum 1. Eat early, rest easy. Your body's digestive enzymes peak before 3 p.m. That means heavy or complex meals eaten after that hour digest slower, sit longer, and interfere with nighttime circulation. Morning, protein plus greens. Lunch, moderate carbs. Dinner, light, warm, hydrating foods. Dr. Ellen Martinez, a geriatric nutritionist from Stanford, calls this the chrono diet for seniors, matching your meal timing to your body's natural rhythm. Her patients report better sleep, steadier energy, and significantly lower blood pressure fluctuations overnight. Rule 2. Hydration before sleep. 1 glass of water at bedtime can save a life. A Harvard aging study found that 90% of nighttime strokes in seniors occurred during dehydration hours, typically between 3 and 5 a.m. That's when blood viscosity thickens and small clots form. Drink half a glass of water before bed. Avoid alcohol or caffeine after dinner. Add a pinch of electrolyte powder if you take diuretics. Hydration is your first line of defense against silent strokes. Rule 2-3. Understand food-medication interactions. Most seniors take at least 3 to 5 daily prescriptions. What many don't realize is that vegetables, because of their vitamins, minerals, and natural chemicals, can directly change how those drugs work. Examples: vitamin K, broccoli, kale, interferes with blood thinners. Nitrates, beets, celery, conflict with heart medications. Potassium-rich vegetables, spinach, avocados, may clash with ACE inhibitors. Always tell your doctor your regular diet. It's not just vegetables, it's chemistry. Here's something most seniors never hear. Your brain consumes 20% of your blood flow at all times. That means every tiny clot, every slow-flowing artery directly affects memory, clarity, and balance. Researchers call this microvascular aging. It's why one senior wakes up clear-headed and another wakes foggy from the same meal. Aging isn't about getting weaker, it's about learning how your body's wiring has changed. You might be thinking, so what's left? If spinach, potatoes, tomatoes, and even lettuce can hurt me, what can I eat? Here's the truth. Every one of those vegetables can still protect you when you eat them right. The goal isn't restriction, the goal is alignment, eating in harmony with your body's clock and your medications. That's the hidden wisdom most health advice ignores. And here's the hopeful part, you can start changing this tonight. Section: the 3-day circulation reset plan. This is not a diet. It's a circulation-friendly pattern for seniors designed by cardiologists and nutritionists to lower stroke risk quickly. Day 1, hydration and awareness. Morning, warm water with lemon. Breakfast, oatmeal with berries and walnuts. Lunch, cooked spinach with quinoa. Dinner, steamed carrots and grilled fish. Before bed, half a glass of water. Focus. Notice how your body feels. No dizziness, no heaviness after meals. You're stabilizing. Day 2, blood flow boost. Morning walk, 10 minutes. Breakfast, boiled egg, tomato slices, early in the day. Lunch, brown rice and broccoli. Dinner, light soup, celery early. Avoid starchy foods after 5 p.m. Focus, hydration every 3 hours. Day 3, memory and calm. Morning, oatmeal, blueberries and almonds. Lunch, sweet potato early. Dinner, soup and cooked greens. Early bedtime. After 3 days, seniors in the clinical test group showed 15% better blood flow scores in brain imaging scans. Patricia, 74, from Oregon. I used to think my dizziness was just old age, but once I stopped eating salads at night, it disappeared. Roger, 69, from Texas. I was taking blood pressure pills and eating garlic supplements. My doctor said it was too much. I switched to cooked garlic in meals, and my numbers are finally steady. I can't believe I almost caused my own stroke with spinach smoothies. Timing really is everything. Each of these seniors didn't give up food, they just adjusted when and how they ate, and it changed everything. Every 40 seconds, someone in America has a stroke, and here's the terrifying part. Almost 1 in 5 of those strokes happens while they're asleep. No fast food, no sugar binge, just a regular healthy dinner eaten at the wrong time. That's why this knowledge matters. Imagine knowing the one change that could save your independence, your memory, even your life. Would you ignore it or act tonight? This is your moment to choose awareness over assumption. Dr. Kevin Albright, a vascular neurologist at UCLA, puts it simply. After 60, your body is a different chemistry lab. Food reactions change. Blood viscosity changes. Even sleep hormones interact with circulation differently. Timing food is no longer a wellness fad, it's a survival strategy. He explains that the brain's small arteries, called arterioles, are especially vulnerable to overnight clotting when hydration is low and sugar has spiked hours earlier. A 2019 Lancet study confirmed that seniors with higher nighttime glucose variability were 43% more likely to have silent brain lesions linked to early dementia. That's not fear, it's fact. You might feel alarmed right now. That's okay, fear means your instincts are awake. But here's the good news, you're not helpless. You don't need a new prescription. You don't need a complicated diet. You just need knowledge and consistency. Eat smart, hydrate, tell your doctor what you eat. These small acts are how independence is preserved, because no pill will ever replace awareness. If you're watching this right now and you're over 60, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, when was the last time I ate vegetables late at night? Rue, or sometimes skip water before bed? Have I told my doctor what I really eat? Drop your answers in the comments below. Let's make this a community of awareness, because someone else reading your comment might realize they're making the same mistake and you could save their life. Let's replace fear with action. Here are vegetables that protect your brain after 60 when eaten correctly. Zucchini, low in oxalates, gentle on kidneys. Pumpkin, balances blood sugar and magnesium. Cucumber, hydrating and calming for vessels. Trockwar sweet potato, morning only, slow carb, steady energy. Cauliflower, a perfect potato substitute, lowers inflammation. Red cabbage, rich in anthocyanins that support memory. Pair any of these with olive oil or avocado. Eat them earlier in the day, and your brain will thank you every morning. Here's a little known fact. Seniors who eat their largest meal at lunch reduce their risk of heart attack and stroke by 33%, according to the National Institute on Aging. That's because digestion demands blood flow, and at night, that flow should go to your brain for repair, not your stomach for work. So think of breakfast and lunch as your fuel. Dinner? Just maintenance. It's the simplest, most overlooked longevity trick there is. Doctors say the majority of stroke victims over 60 had one thing in common. They all believed they were eating healthy. That's the tragedy and the warning. Because health isn't about what's popular on TV or printed on a food label. It's about what's right for your aging body. And if you ignore that difference, no amount of kale or spinach will save you. Now picture this. You wake up tomorrow clear-headed. Your balance feels stronger. You don't need to hold the wall as you walk to the kitchen. You sit down, sip water, and smile because you know something most people don't. You've learned how to work with your body, not against it. That's power. That's wisdom. That's the real definition of healthy aging. Say it aloud. It's not just what I eat, it's when I eat it. Hydration is protection. Knowledge is my best medicine. These three phrases can save a life. Write them down, put them on your fridge, read them before dinner. If this message opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Click the like button so YouTube shows it to more seniors. Share this video with your family and friends over 60. And subscribe to Senior Vital Health so you never miss the next life-saving update. Then comment below, how old are you? What vegetable shocked you the most? And what change will you make tonight? Your comment could save someone's husband, wife, or best friend.